Next topic is dictionary in Python. What is a dictionary? Dictionary is a data structure like list or tuple. It is also known as associative array or associative list or a map or hash. The dictionaries are mutable. They are unordered collection of elements in the form of key value pairs. Remember, between key and value you have a colon, first key then value. So dictionary can be said as a list of pairs where the first element of the pair, the key, is used to retrieve the second element, that is the value. So each element consists of two parts, key and value. Like in list, we have indexes to access the values or the elements of the list. Here the keys are used to access the values. So we map a key to a value. So how do we create dictionary in Python? This is the syntax or format of creating. You write the name of the dictionary and then within the curly braces you have first key then the value. So the dictionary is basically a collection of many key value pairs. So here before equal to symbol you have the dictionary name and then key value. First is key, then value, then comma is a separator, then key, value, again comma is a separator, and so on. So you have to use curly braces as a marker to create the dictionary. Only this curly braces actually makes the dictionary, and colon is used to indicate the key value pairs. So when the colon appears, the left hand side whatever is written becomes the key and right hand side becomes the value. Now remember, key must be of immutable data types, that is string, integer, tuples are only allowed as key and lists are not allowed. And value can be of any data type, string, character, decimal, integer, that is of any data type. Like this is a dictionary named contacts. So this is the beginning and end of all the key value of pairs. Colon sign, so before colon this is key and after colon this is the value. So like this all the key value pairs are enclosed within curly braces. So this is how mapping is done in dictionary. Every key is mapped with the corresponding value. So this was the next key matched with the corresponding value, the next key matched with the next value. So dictionary key can be any immutable object. This is again another dictionary. So if you write print demo2, so for accessing any element of the dictionary you have to write key within pair of square brackets. This is the dictionary name. So dictionary name and within square bracket the key. So this is the key. So this value will be displayed if you write this statement, the corresponding value of the given key. Similarly, if you write demo1 within square bracket 2, 4, so whatever is written between the pair of square bracket, it assumes it to be a key and it searches this key in this dictionary. So where is this key? Key means that is written before the colon sign. So here it is written before the colon sign, so the corresponding value is 27. So it will display 27. Again, this is the dictionary, and whatever you write within square bracket is a key. So this is a key, and corresponding to this key the value is 12.5. So it will display 12.5. Similarly, next one, if you write demo AB, so this is the key, here this is the key, and this is the value, so it will display the corresponding value 3. So the syntax or the format of accessing the values of the key value pair is, you have to write the dictionary name and key within square bracket. How to create empty dictionary? You write or select any dictionary name and you write equal to empty curly braces. This will create an empty dictionary. There is another method also, the constructor method. If you write telephone is equal to dict, this is the constructor, dict is the constructor. If you write dict empty parenthesis, it will also create an empty dictionary. Next is adding key value pair to an empty dictionary. The format is, use the dictionary name and the key within the square bracket. So whatever you write, remember it becomes the key, and after equal to whatever you write, it becomes the value. So for example, if you write telephone, this is the name of the dictionary that has been created here. Then AVI within curly braces, so this is a string value. It will make this a key and this will become the value. You can also initialize a dictionary by writing the statement like this, any name like contacts is the name of the dictionary, and then within pair of curly braces the key value pairs separated by comma. So a dictionary is a collection and not a sequence. Sequence means where the values are accessed in a sequence, like in string, list or tuple. So there you have indexes 0, 1, 2, 3. So after 0 next will be 1 only. After 0 next index will be 1. The next index will be 2 and so on. But in the dictionary they are not the sequences, so the elements they are accessed in any order. So when you print, it is not compulsory that it will print the list as you created. It may change the elements, the order of the elements. So how will you access the dictionary elements? So dictionary elements you require square bracket and the key. So dictionary name and within square bracket the key, that is the syntax to access the element of the dictionary. So if this is an empty dictionary, if you write mydict bill is equal to 25, then bill will become, this string will become the key and 25 will become the corresponding value. So this is another key, 1 will become a key and this will be the value. Now if you print mydict this and mydict this is the dictionary and this is the key. This is the dictionary and the key. When you write dictionary key, then it will print the value, the corresponding value. So what is the value for this key? It is 25, and value for this key is DVD. So it will print 25 DVD as output. And if you print whole dictionary, you write print mydict, the dictionary name within round bracket. So this is the dictionary. So dictionary name without key prints the entire dictionary content. So if you write only mydict, that is only the dictionary name, then it will print the whole dictionary, that is key value pair. Now if you want to add any key value pair to an existing dictionary, again the method is same. You write dictionary square bracket, within square bracket key is equal to value, like this. If this is the existing dictionary, and you write STU19, because 19 is not present in the original dictionary, there are only two keys, 12 and 15. So no key exists with this name 19. So it will add this in the dictionary. All the keys must be unique. So if you use the same value 12 or 15 which already exists, it will modify its value. And if this is a new value, it will add this as another key value pair in the dictionary. Now if you print STU, you will get all the elements. The two which were present before and the third element which was added here. So all the three key value pairs will be displayed. So added key can exist anywhere in the dictionary. It is not necessary that it will be added in the end only. It can be added anywhere. So dictionaries are mutable, that is you can change the values. That is also known as updating the elements of the dictionary. So it is a mutable data structure. You can change the object by index assignment. So if this is the original dictionary and if you write STU12 is equal to Kiran, so because this 12 already exists, so it will modify the value. If the key exists and you are writing again the dictionary key is equal to any other value, it will modify that value. So now if you print, see the name has been updated corresponding to the key 12. Earlier it was Anu, now it is Kiran. So the list is, dictionary is modified. Now deleting elements from the dictionary. Suppose a dictionary already exists as this and you write del command. How to give del command? Del and the dictionary name within square bracket key. Like if you write del STU12, then this value will be deleted. That is the value corresponding to the key 12. This one. Now if you print STU, so it will print only this much, the undeleted part of the dictionary. Next is using pop function. You have studied it in list also. Pop deletes an element from the given sequence. Here it will delete the key value pair whose key you are mentioning with pop function. For example, if this is the dictionary and if you write STU pop, here you have to write the key. Writing the key is compulsory here in case of dictionary. In list, if you don't write anything, it deletes the element from the last index. But here in dictionary, you have to write the key and the key should exist in the dictionary. Otherwise, it will give error message. So if you write stu.pop15, it will delete it, and you know the characteristic of pop function, it also displays the deleted element. So here also it will display the deleted element because the key is 15 and corresponding to 15 the value is Bina, so this will be displayed also. So now if you write print STU, it will print only the remaining elements of the dictionary, that is 19 Mamta. If you write del and dictionary name, the whole dictionary is deleted. So if you don't mention any key with the dictionary name, the whole dictionary is deleted. If you write del STU, the whole dictionary STU is deleted. Now how to check the presence of a key in a dictionary? This is done by using two membership operators that you have already studied, in and not in. So in and not in are membership operators that check the existence of key. In operator, in returns true if the key is present in the dictionary. Not in returns true if the key is not present in the dictionary. Otherwise it returns false. So if this is the dictionary and if you write bill in mydic, because this key exists in the dictionary, it will return true. And if you write white in mydic, because this key does not exist in dictionary, it will return false. So this is how in and not in membership operator works with dictionary. traversing a dictionary. Traversing means accessing each element or processing each element of the dictionary. For this we use for loop, for, and see the syntax. After for you can use any variable name, and after any you have to use the dictionary name here, and all the steps with indentation. You know how to use for. This is the colon sign. After colon, all the statements that are within the for, they are written with indentation. For example, suppose if we declare a dictionary, this is a dictionary. If we write for I in dic, so dic is the name of the dictionary, print I. So remember, the variable I will be assigned the keys. So whatever variable you write here, it will take up keys one by one from the dictionary. Okay, so these are the keys. It can take the keys in any order, but it will fetch all the keys one by one. And here you are writing I means it will print the key, and here you are writing I within square bracket with the dictionary name, it means it will print the corresponding value. So as the dictionary elements, they are not in order, that is they are unordered, the order of assignment of key may be different from what you stored. So it does not mean that it would first access this key to then this key. It can pick up the keys in any order, but whichever key is picked, the corresponding value will be displayed here. So this is an output. Now program to create an item dictionary with price and display them. So this is the program. This item is the dictionary. So the names of the items are the keys, and the price of the item are the values. So if you write for product, this is the variable, in item this is the dictionary name, and if you write product, here it will print the key, and if you write item product, now this is dictionary name and this is key. So when you write dictionary name and key, it will print the corresponding value. So this is the output that you will get on the execution of this code. Next program is to create the dictionary to store first 5 even numbers and print their sum. First 5 even numbers. So let us create a dictionary. First 5 even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can select any key. I have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the keys. Now for sum is equal to 0. This is how you access the elements of the key. Now this will find the sum and this will print the even numbers. So this is the output for this statement, and print s will print this 30. Next is program to create dictionary that will store 5 numbers and print how many of them are prime, that is to check. So these are the 5 numbers: 3, 44, 5, 82 and 100, and these are the keys. You can use any key values, key names here. Now this loop is to access all the elements of the keys dictionaries one by one through the keys. Now each element is divided by all the numbers from 1 to that number. For example, to check whether 3 is prime or not, you will divide 3 from 1 to 3 and count how many times that 3 has been divisible. If it is equal to 2 only, then the number is prime, otherwise the number is composite, because every number is divisible only 2 times if it is prime, that is by 1 and by the number itself. So the counting will be 2 if the number is prime. Any number which is not prime will be divisible by more than 2 numbers, like 44 will be divisible by 1 and 44. Then other numbers like 2, 11, 4 and so on, so it is not a prime. So this will be the output. So this outer for will pick up keys one by one, and inner for will check each value corresponding to the given key, whether it is prime or not.